things in which I explained or showed you from our call. So you can use this once again to your benefit. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Perfect. Let's get started. So what you're looking at on the screen right now, Paul, this is our dashboard view. Our dashboard view, and the purpose of this dashboard is to give you an understanding of what's happening under the hood without having to go in and look at your list of jobs, your list of tickets, your list of materials, things of that nature. So we can look at our customer invoices, our new locations that we have, purchase orders that we may have for the materials that we don't have as of yet, whether or not you guys are doing quotes. Once again, you can remove it if it's not something that you all want. All you have to do is come up here to add an additional widget, or you can remove them by coming to the three dots here and removing it. We provide a number of widgets. I believe there are about 15 of those widgets that you all can have access to, so that you all can build the dashboard that is important to you. And most importantly, we want to ensure that if there's anything that you want in the dashboard, vocalize that. Tell us what you need, and we can take it to our developers to ensure that we bring something to the table that's going to benefit you as you're using the software.
Okay.
As we come up, as we come up top, this is essentially what I call the essentials toolbar. We're looking at the dashboard. The admin side is where you're going to set up your set up your information, your back office, your users, your groups, as you might have called them, your crews, your supervisors, as well as the communication that comes out of the system, whether it's via email or text. You're going to have the ability to customize this alongside your implementation and onboarding manager to ensure that we customize this to your business and your workflow as opposed to just a general workflow. Okay.
Do you guys
We are,
do work with anybody who does? See, we're more than a handyman service. We're almost contractors. Actually, I'm studying for my C license. I have a D license in the state of Colorado. I'm studying for my C license, which would be, commercial structures. So, but do you
so
have customers like me already using this system?
yeah, so we work with a number of industries. Primarily, it's been in the HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. We work in the handyman space. We work in the mechanical space. We work with garage doors, locksmith, commercial food equipment, you name it. So we have quite a few customers. We even have some light commercial, I mean, sorry, some light construction customers, primarily in the electrical space, that use our software as well.
Okay. Anybody specifically like what I do, which we do a lot of work for. Well, I do work for. We're currently up at PetSmart. You know PetSmart, they're a national
Yes, sir.
chain.
Yeah.
So we do the PetSmarts here in Southern Colorado. I got one guy up doing a plumbing job in Colorado Springs. We do Pizza Huts, PetSmart, Meinstein Bagels, Abba Eye Care. We do, and I do gas stations. I do Shell stations in the local area. Um,
Yeah.
and then we do a lot of work for property management companies, commercial, residential property managers, from single home unit rentals to multi-unit apartment complexes, shopping centers, churches, synagogues, you know, you name it. If it's a building and it's got problems, we'll go in and fix it.
Yeah, yeah. So to answer that simply for you, yes, we do have customers that have various partners that they work with, and it's primarily within the commercial space. So it's more of that B2B space. And they work with various. I was actually talking with one of our clients. He does Best Buys. Who else? He does Best Buys. He does Family Dollar and
Yeah,
Seven
we do
Eleven.
Family Dollar out here too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So absolutely. And part of this you'll be able to see is the different calls by service type. So if you know that you're doing a commercial install, you're doing a commercial repair, or a replacement of any sort, you'll be able to represent that within the software so that you all can understand the breakdown of the work in which you all are completing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then we also have this tech scorecard down here as well, based off of your techs and where they're going, calls that they completed, how much revenue they're generating per hours based off of the work that you've generated for them. So there's a number of things that we can show you that should be of value to you, especially as you all are dispatching your techs out to these locations to replace and repair the things that you all are working on.
So how is that calculated? Is that done automatically when they sign in, sign out, and that adjusts for material costs and then final billing price?
Yes, sir, absolutely. So if you come over here, this is
So I don't
essentially
have to
taking
sit
the
there and
total.
crank out a calculator and say, "Hey, this
No,
guy
sir.
made me $20 an hour when he should have made me 80."
No, you shouldn't have to pull out a calculator not unless you want to. Our system is going to do a lot of that calculation for you. Even, this is on the dashboard, but if we go over to our report section, you'll see that we have various reports within the system that will allow you to do, once again, have those calculations done for you.
Okay.
So if we go over here, obviously we have our payroll reports. So that's going to be for the time that they've clocked in at the beginning of the day, as well as on jobs, and however you choose to do your payroll. We also see that we have service dispatch. So you see the service accounting for our invoice billing, the revenue cost by invoice, revenue cost by tech. So you'll be able to see the breakdown of that, and then based off of your work orders, you even have an analysis tool that can show you the service job costs, as well as we have this thing called solution codes, kind of like flat rate. You'll be able to build your own flat rate within our system, and you'll be able to see the breakdown of those solution codes and variation of the funds in which you all are receiving based off of those solution codes. So there's a number of reports that, once again, are going to do those calculations for you. And the great thing that we have as well is each report you're going to have the ability to export if necessary to Excel. And so this function right here, you'll see that we have various documents that we can export from. There we go. So you have Excel here, you have a CSV file, text file, you name it, and you can use that to your advantage. Or you can just download the PDF, search, find the information that you're looking for. But most importantly, once again, we're going to be doing the calculation for you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, I'm interested in ease of use, and once it's in the hands of my technicians, what do they have to do to to interface with this?
Yeah, absolutely. So just real quick, I'm just go over a few other things, and then we'll get into the workflow to show you the ease of use. So right now, this is our dashboard. This is going to show you your technicians here based off of the date range. We can also see each technician and their specialty. So this is Matt Work. He's an electrical master tech. We have our plumbing master tech. We have our electrical journeyman. So if you have any specialties whatsoever, or you have folks that are, a lot more skilled and knowledgeable of a certain repair or replacement, or as you guys are dispatched out to those locations, you're going to be able to represent that on the dashboard, so you know that you're scheduling it with the right person. You can also see the allocated time as well here,
Where's that
and
at?
most important, what's that?
Where's that at?
So the allocated time is here. So you'll see the 8 hours is what is allocated. But let me go
I don't
over.
see it. I don't see it. Okay, it was moving so fast it wasn't kind of showing up for me.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay, sorry about that.
okay, that's the allocated time, eight
Yep.
hours where you're at right now.
Yep. So let's say, for instance, Pauline is allocated for 8 hours, but me down here, I'm allocated for 12. So once I hit that threshold of 12, then obviously it pushes over into overtime. So it just kind of depends on the amount of time in which you allot for each of your techs.
Yeah, we normally run, uh, 8 hour days, unless it's a emergency call out.
Gotcha.
Because
And
we
then you'll be
do
able to see
offer
the merchant calls.
24-hour, 7-day a week emergency services.
Gotcha.
Our emergency, water leaks or no heat in the winter or no cooling in the summer. A lot of our customers are elderly, and we're not going to let somebody bake over the weekend because their AC is down.
Which makes total sense. I just want to move over some of these jobs and reschedule these real quick. So essentially what I'm doing right now is I'm rescheduling all of the jobs to show up today.
I even did
So,
an HVAC repair
uh-huh.
at a synagogue during a service.
Really?
It was baking in there.
Oh,
We
I'm
had
sure.
120 people in this synagogue, and they were cooking.
Yeah,
So yeah,
my hope is that they had some fans going because it.
no, no, that's why I was there.
Wow. Yeah, I don't listen. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian, and I'll tell you, I'm not. I do not want to think about heat when I go into the church house. It is not does not give me the depiction of peace because I'm just going to be thinking about my sweat and just being all over the place with any additional heat that just kind of comes with the territory of not having a working AC unit. And I can imagine because does the synagogue have only one AC unit, or do they have the multiples?
It was multiple, but one of them was completely down, and it wasn't doing it. Does wasn't couldn't keep up with the single unit.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, when one goes down, the other one has to work double, double as
Yep.
hard, and then before you know it, that one's out in a month or two, and you got to go back out to the location. Hopefully that's not the case, but I'm sure they appreciate the work that you all did for them. While I'm allowing that, I want this to go ahead and finish up. While I'm allowing that to finish, we have our service side of the business. So this is where you're going to work with your clients. So you'll come here to service, maintain customer location to find your customers. We also have a few tasks here that you can do immediately right out of the gate, booking a new service call, looking at some of the contracts that you all may have, invoices, you name it. We have the ability to do some quotes here, and then the mobile side is where we're going to give your technicians access to the mobile application, whether it's on an Android or iOS phone or a tablet. They're going to be able to handle that. Receivables is
Hey,
any form of
would you
payment.
give me 1 second?
Sure, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm on a phone call, Chris. I'll be up soon. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yes, sir. So receivable side, that's for any form of payment. So if customers ready to go ahead and pay you, if they're not paying from the link when you send out a invoice to them via email or text message, let's say they're calling you, this is how you're going to take your payments under receivables. Then we have miscellaneous, which is around our parts and vendor maintenance. And then we have our sales and marketing piece for any teams that have sales folks. Doesn't sound like based off of your team size right now, you have a sales team. But the reason why we do the sales and marketing piece is we want to keep it different. We want to keep it separate from service until they actually have an appointment in which they're scheduling for the service side of the business. If that's not something that you all do once again currently right now, then we can just skip over this because you don't have to use every feature. This is just something that we added into the software to give the ability to scale and grow the organization. We
Okay.
looked at the reports feature, and then we have a search feature here. But let's go ahead and hop into your workflow. I know you talked about doing ease of use, so let's look at that from the standpoint of a customer calling in and they're needing to request service. And let's say, for instance, it's a PetSmart. Okay. Now I don't have PetSmart in my system, so I'm just going to come here and I'm going to use a customer that we use quite often, which is going to be our Broken Spoke Deli. All right, so I'm just going to type in broken. If there any variation whatsoever contains broken, it's going to pull up for me. We can search name, customer location, first name, last name of the contact, address, phone number, everything. But we like to keep it on name because that's often what we're looking at the most. And we could do equals, all that other stuff. Most of our customers use the contains just because it's simple enough for them. And they just click on the customer's information there. And now we're ready to go ahead and look and see, all right, hey, is this customer an active customer? Do they have a balance with us? As we go down, we can see any work order history. We can also see, actually, I think there is a filter that is on because right now all of my jobs are showing and I know that they are here. I'll take a look at that a little bit later. There usually should be some work orders here. Not entirely sure what's going on there. And then we have our sales calls if we're doing sales. If we have contracts, we see our invoices here. We also provide you with contracts, equipment. So any equipment that you guys are going out there to fix or to install or replace, what have you, you're going to be able to see that on the customer profile. Proposals are for your quotes or proposals. If you have any larger projects, you can see here that we give you the ability to create projects to keep everything stored in one place. And then we have prospect notes for the sales teams, documents, which are going to store our documents and our pictures. and then recommendations are anything that we recommended to the customer that they didn't want to move forward with, but we're just going to keep it on file just to make sure that we can service them at a later time.
Is that all typed in, or if there could be like emails that are stored in there?
So this is all typed in from either when they go out there to the location and customer decides not to move forward, or something that you all can type in from the office as well.
Okay.
I am wondering why this is not showing my jobs. Let me go over to my other customer real quick, because that for some reason it's not showing up correctly. There we are. All right. So as you'll see here, we have our work orders here, and so work order numbers are going to be similar to that of the invoice numbers. If we want to look at the work order, we can click on this hyperlink. Once again, if we want to look on the invoice number, we can click on this hyperlink. I'm going to go ahead and click on the work order to show you what the work order is going to look like. So we have the same information in which we saw, the location, the customer in which is going to be responsible for payment. We have our location and class. So as you talked about doing some plumbing work and some HVAC work, you'll see here that you're going to have the ability to set a class for each type of work that you all are going to be doing.
How many
Then
class lines do you allow?
as many as you want. There's no restriction. So if you all do
Okay.
30 different services, then you'll be able to put those classes in there for the 30 different services that you all do.
Okay.
Okay. We have our person calling. Usually it's the primary point of contact, but if you need to change it, you can. We have our problem and description. Ease of use is if you know that you guys are going to do standard descriptions across the board for every class of service that you're going to do, you can just hit standard description. And very similar to how you see a list here, we have a list here in which we can add that description and it automatically plugs that in for us. Okay. We also have our task codes. Task codes are really allotted based off of the time. Okay. And we're going to help you all set this up within our system. I believe Sage does something very similar, if memory serves me, where you have the ability to choose the service that you all are offering, and then it'll automatically populate the time required for that work. Okay. If it's more than one task code, we can do two, and then it'll calculate that time for us. And then earlier you mentioned that you do have some emergency calls, but these are going to be time promised to the customer. So you all are going to be in control of this as well. Okay. As we make our way down, we do like to represent the service type. So this one right here is just going to be commercial service. This is also a list in which you all can get, really extensive depending on the type of work that you all offer. But most of it's going to be the commercial service, commercial install. This one's commercial plant maintenance, commercial warranty. So once again, you all will be able to put in there what works for your business. As we make our way down, we see here that we have some special instructions. So if this is a gate code, key code, code of any sort, or any instructions that have been left for the customer, please check in with receptionists. Right. Once again, you'll be able to put in those special instructions. We can notify multiple people, whether it's via email or text message. And then as we come down here, we can tie the different pieces of equipment that we have to this work order. We can add our call parts or the materials in which you all need to add to this work order. As I mentioned before, we have our recommendations. So you all can plug in that recommendation or they can do that from the field. Purchase orders are going to either populate here for you or you can actually populate that out there in the field if they know that they need parts that are not available. And then the other one that I'm just going to point out is documents, which is pictures, documents, blueprints, PDFs of any sort that you all can upload from the office that they're going to be able to see out there in the field. Okay.
Okay. So let me ask a question here.
Yes, sir.
How do the technicians interface with this? Do they do it on their phone, or do I buy tablets or something?
They can do it on their phones. If they already have phones, I would highly recommend that so you don't have to come out of pocket and buying them tablets. Tablets have become a little bit more popular these days just because it does give them a little bit more landscape to see the things and be able to show the things to the customer as opposed to you using their own personal phone. But it's solely up to you. It's an Android and
No, I'm
iOS
I'm
app.
I'm leaning towards tablets. I just want to make sure that,
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
want them to be working with company supplied equipment,
I hear
so.
you. I hear you on that. I don't want to. I often heard from a lot of my customers before say, you know what? I don't mind them using their phones, but one thing that they have the ability to say is, "It's my phone. I can do what I want with it." but they can't say that about a tablet that I supply to them that is required to use during the working hours. So
Now on a
I gotta go
tablet,
with that.
you can take a photograph on a tablet. Most
Yes,
tablets
sir.
have a camera feature,
Yes, sir.
correct?
Sure can. Yep.
So if they're open to this work order 10767,
Hmm.
and then they take a photograph, will it automatically attach to this work order?
It sure will. It'll automatically attach to the work order, and then you'll be able to go down there to the documents and be able to view any of those pictures that they uploaded.
See, I'm on that job right now. I have them take before and after photographs of every project,
Oh, gotcha.
especially for the national chains and stuff. So they take a before,
Mhm.
sometimes a during and an after. Um,
Gotcha.
so this guy's coming back from Springs right now, and I know what his travel time is. What he's in the parking lot, and he has to write up his job. And right now on a tablet, I would actually see his finished report because it's done before he drives away from the customer.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. And that'd be super important for you, like you said, just kind of getting those real time updates because I know your clients are paying you a significant amount of money to come in and take care of the service for what it is that you all are replacing or repairing. And so they're going to want to know, okay, hey, did you guys finish or what did you do? And can you show us what you did so that we can go ahead and pay out that invoice and you'll have everything at your fingertips.
Right now, currently, we have paper and we have our customer, like this job up in Springs right now.
Uh-huh.
Um, the manager on duty has to sign off the sheet. So I have the manager's signature that it's done to his satisfaction. That's the most important thing, the customer
Right.
satisfaction. Would
Absolutely.
he
And I
be able
would.
to sign off on a tablet?
He sure can. Yeah. I'm showing you from my phone, but I didn't bring my iPad with me to the office today. But if necessary, I can show you the landscape of what it looks like on the tablet because obviously it's going to look a lot bigger than what you're seeing on the screen. But you can see my screen, my phone screen on the meeting, right?
Hmm.
All right, perfect. So this is what they're going to see. So when they go out there to when they open up their mobile app on that tablet, this is what they're going to see. First thing it's going to do is it's going to make sure that they are on duty. So you see right there, it shows that I'm on duty. I just marked that at 3:03 my time here in Texas. And that's sort of the clock in and clock out feature at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. Okay.
So this can be used as a time clock.
Yes, sir. Sure can.
So if they left their home with a company vehicle at 7 o'clock in the morning, they could sign in and report to their first scheduled job. Because if it was preloaded the day before, they would
Yes, sir.
wake up and have their job lists already. Okay.
Absolutely. And you'll even see down there at the very bottom, we see tech calls, inventory, and time card. You'll see here that it already is now registering the fact that I'm on duty at 3:03, and it's going to calculate those hours for me. So I'm going to keep this, I'm going to keep that on for right now. And then as we come back over here to tech calls, we're just looking at all of our jobs here. Okay. Now, the one that I want to do is I want to go ahead and do this 10774 with Johnny Treadmill. Um,
Hey,
and before,
just letting you know, that little window that says that recording and transcription is started.
yes, sir.
It's right in the middle of the goddamn screen, so
Yeah,
it's
you can remove
covering
it.
up some of the data.
You can remove it.
I've tried to. It
Oh,
won't slide away unless I
huh.
exit out. Should I exit? Go ahead.
Yeah, you can hit that exit.
Okay. Hello.
Yep.
Okay, that's much better.
Good. All right. Awesome.
Okay.
Sorry that was getting in the way of your view. I know they often just want to send that warning over just in case you didn't know you were being recorded, but I did I did let you know at the beginning, so we're good here. So we're looking at this Johnny treadmill, and the reason why I want to look at this one is because it has a number of things that I think are going to be important to your business. First one is we know the point of contact. Johnny Treadmill is the name. We know where the location is. It's at Lifetime Gym. We can see that location by hitting the pinpoint map icon right next to that phone icon. So if I hit that, it's going to open up Google Maps for me. It's going to let me know where it's located on the map. It's going to tell me it's 33 minutes away. Okay. And then from here, I can go ahead and hit start, and it gets me the driving directions to that location. Okay.
Good. I like that.
If I go back over to the app, once again, not only do I have the map icon and pinpoint, I have the ability to call this customer. Okay. So I can call them from here. As I make my way down, you see that they're on a contract. So if they're on a contract, they'll have an option there. If they don't, just like Bob Paint and Auto Body, they don't have a contract. Okay. Now I can also see Johnny Treadmill. I have three parts. Okay, so I can click on that, and that'll open up and show me all the parts that I have for Johnny Treadmill that I need to either pick up from the warehouse or go pick up at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever parts warehouse you all go to get the parts you need before you get that work completed or work started rather. And then
Hmm.
if we don't have the parts, what we can do is we can create a purchase order. So right from here, we hit on purchase order. If we need to add parts, we just hit that plus icon. We search our vendor, whether it's by name, company, or phone number. And then from here, we can go ahead and generate a purchase order and go in and fulfill that purchase order once again at Lowe's, Home Depot, or whatever parts warehouse vendor that you all use.
Okay. How
So
many hours do you think it typically takes to set up all the data?
The initial setup process is once we get agreement that you want to move forward, we'll set up your account. That setting up your account takes less than a minute. But as far as getting the data imported in, let's say we get the data imported in from Sage, that can take 24 to 48 hours depending on the complexity of the data. And then yeah, I would really say that that's the data, and then the rest is really around training and implementing the software within all your teams.
So do you interface with Sage? Can you download my existing account?
So
Because I've got
so
8 years of data in there.
Oh, perfect. So right
I
now
got
we do have
I've got
a
6,000 projects in Sage right now. So
oh, wow. You guys have been pushing out some projects. So right now, and I'll show you, we have a Sage integration in beta right now. It is a working beta version, but it's not live yet. And so we can talk a little bit more about that and some of the things in which we're going to need to get that live to all of our customers. But we do have an integration already created for Sage.
no, sounds like I'm a beta candidate.
Yeah, I mean, if you would be open to it, I think it would be helpful. One, because everything that we do here at SAWin is customizable to you and your business. And even here recently, we had a customer sign up. They were on the QuickBooks desktop. We primarily did QuickBooks Online. We built a QuickBooks desktop integration to suit their needs. And it was once again, it was specifically for that customer. So we're doing everything we can to um, you know, get you all to understand that we have the systems in place. As far as the tools that you all want to integrate and get connected, we just need to know what those are and how to get those connected so that we can make sure that we're servicing you guys at the highest quality.
Okay.
But I, but I can show you that once we finish up with the mobile app, I can show you the Sage integration. Once again, it's in beta, but it's live on my demo account, so you can see it rather than me just telling you.
Sage has multiple platforms, so I'm currently using Sage 1. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know if you
Let me see which one it listed as. Let's go over here. Admin company setup. Oh, I'll come back to the mobile. I understand that this is okay. Let's try this again. All right, can you see my screen?
Mhm.
All right. So right here in our company setup, all I did was come right here, company setup. You'll see here that we have a QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Desktop, and then the Sage Intact. Now, I don't want to obviously adjust this because this is our demo environment and we connect to our QuickBooks Online account. But we have the ability to connect with Sage. I'm not entirely sure if it's 100, 300, 500, which Sage it is, but Sage
Could
Intact
you
is the
find
name
out
of the
and
integration.
send me an email or a text?
Yes, sir. I sure
Because that
will.
would be a very big plus for me that I wouldn't have to recreate the database.
Gotcha. Yeah, I will get on that. I think Sanjay, our lead developer, ended up leaving at lunch. Normally, I would run over to his office and ask that question while I have you on the phones, but he's left for the day, so I'll get that over to him and we'll get that answered.
Yeah, that's no problem.
All right, awesome. Okay. Let me bring back up the mobile side.
Do you have anything interactive that I can actually work on? Work on? You know, it's just a kind of a mock-up or anything that's interactive, so I know how this thing is actually what it's taking to pushing the buttons and all.
We don't. I wouldn't say we have anything per se that's interactive for our customers because every system that we do is customized to you and your business. Um, I'm trying to think because we haven't built out the other two dummy accounts or the other two demo accounts the way in which we'd like. So right now, Paul, not yet. We the model that SA Wins follow over the last 30 years is not one customer is the same. And so though we have a very static solution to a certain extent, you'll see in here if I go, let's go service dispatch, coded files, you'll see here that we give you a ton of options to customize this to your business. It's not necessarily just about us standardizing things for a specific industry or a specific customer, but it's really about customizing this to how you all need it and how you all are going to work with it moving forward. So um, I'll check with the team to
Would
see if
you
we have anything else interactive, but
would you
and
say this would eliminate the need for Sage?
it would not, no, because we do accounts receivable. That's the reason why you see receivable here. But as far as accounts payable, Sage is still going to handle that for you guys.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is just a coordinating crew software and tracking costing and billing.
Yes, sir. So anything that's on the AR side, whether it's the job and service that you all are going to get out there, and once again, vendor management, the not necessarily vendor management, but at least listing the vendor that you all are going to be doing purchase orders for, and then the ability to get those invoices paid in any form of payment, we're going to handle that. Now we do provide you all with the scheduling and dispatching as a bonus for the service side because you obviously need to know where you guys are going to be located, what you guys have on the schedule for the day. But yeah, we essentially within our platform handle majority of the things on the AR side of the business.
Okay, so when I send an invoice, now my customer gets it on an email, they have an option to pay it by a card right there.
They should do. Yes, sir.
So how much do I get nicked on that?
So our credit card rates are going to be they're going to vary depending on your processing statement. So what we do is we do a rate review for all of our customers. And so essentially what we're going to ask is that you send us three statements. If you don't want to send us those three statements, that's totally fine. We'll give you a standard rate, but that standard rate is usually higher than what
Well,
we
give me
would
the
get
rates.
if we
Give
did a.
me a number.
So the last numbers, let me see where it is. I downloaded that. Bear with me.
Ever hear of a company called Simple Swipe or Swipe Simple?
I have not. It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
it
what I
doesn't
would
ring a
use.
bell.
I really like them. I don't like what's that one that's Sage? I don't know what it is. Um, Square. I've never been a
Oh yeah, yeah,
fan of their
yeah.
rate structure.
Yeah, because they have sort of these requirements. Hold on, 75. They have these requirements that you obviously use their tools, and if the car's not present, you're obviously getting charged more. If it is present, if you're still keying it in and it's present, you're still going to obviously get a different rate. So I'm not a fan of Square either because usually those rates, especially with Amex cards and
I'm
any,
looking at my history on my phone for Simple Swipe.
yep,
They were highly rated online too. And right now I can pull up records going back to August of 2021. And
awesome.
I have payments that have been processed that were 1,800, 1,100, 1,200, 4,000, 4,000, 900, 200, 400, up to $10,000, 7,000. So you can handle about any amount, huh?
Yeah, we can handle
Our
pretty much any
payments are
amount.
from $60 all the way to $15,000.
Yeah. So
So
one of the things I wanted to show you, this is just a quote, and technically not supposed to show you this, but this is a quote that we sent out for HVAC services. They didn't process any, they didn't send us any statements. Okay. because they are just now getting into processing credit cards. So because they didn't send us any statements, we got the rate at 3.34% processing rate, which isn't great. I'll just be completely honest there. It's not great. But one of my other customers, why would you sign me out of my account? I was just in here. Okay, let me bring this back over real quick because I don't think I can show you the Salesforce information. All right, and then I'll go back over to, um, we did one for them.
So what do you consider a good rate?
Anything in the twos. 2.9 has been the average that I've seen recently. We have a customer that processes over $50,000 on a monthly basis, and we got them down to, I believe, a 2.79 rate. So anything I would say within the twos is a good rate. What do you have currently with
I'd be
with
lying
Simple
if I
Swipe?
knew off the top of my head.
Oh, okay, it's all it's all good.
But that one of my other businesses does a considerable amount of work with the credit cards. It's a tavern, so there's nights where 50% of our billing is done on card, and that's directly with the NPS. That's so, and our rate is pretty good. Last time I looked at it up, it was like 1.49 something. But we're doing, you know, 50,000 a month on credit cards. So
Yeah, so I'm seeing 3.38 is been the average. I know I got somebody lower than that. I'm trying to see, was it GLDS HVAC services? I know I did them recently. Is it cooling equipment, Resolute? Yeah, it's not pulling up on my list here. Let's try this. All right, here it is.
just to let you know that I got to be going pretty soon. It's almost
Yeah,
2:30.
yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I'll let you get out of here soon. Yeah, I didn't realize we were sitting at the 50-minute mark. So yeah, I'll try to snip one of the customers that we've gotten into the twos because we're looking at standardizing the rate around 2.9% with 25 cents per transaction here soon, just so that we can beat that of the industry standard, especially that of Square or Stripe. So just know that that's going to be coming down very soon. Now, because we don't really have a ton of time, I don't want to jump into anything else, not unless you instruct me. Is there anything else that you need to see in order for this to continue to make sense for you?
Well, like I said, I'd like to see something like some screenshots or something of a tablet nature, so I can
Okay,
see what my technicians are going to be interfacing with.
gotcha. Okay.
Um, I want to know some costing. You know, is it unlimited users? How long? Um, how long have you got of this has this software been in service?
Since 2019.
2019.
Yep. So this one that you're looking at since 2019, but the SAWin brand has been around since 1982.
How many
Um,
people are using it? You said did you say 500,000 users?
no, no, no. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish it's 500,000 users. So for the SAWin basic product that you're looking at right now, we have a total of 28 companies with a total of 1,200 users.
28 companies. You mean like mine?
Yeah, so like
1,200 users.
yeah, so 1,200 users is the total amount of users that have a username or a password to log into the system. So
So
1,200
average about
users.
seven users per company.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah. Some are smaller, some are on a larger end. We actually have a customer that has 42 technicians, but 42 of those technicians, half of those are subcontractors because we do have a feature within the platform that allows you all to do subs and not necessarily just folks that you employ. So we can
Yeah,
always
we use
you
subs
take a look into that.
sometimes, not very
Yeah,
often, but we do
yeah,
subcontract.
gotcha. And then as far as cost goes, our small plan is 249 a month. Our largest plan is 499 a month, and it is unlimited users. So based off of my understanding, I think the 249 is going to work out better for you. But if you do need, and I'll pull up my little list here so you can see. Um,
So what do you consider a large plan?
so we have these are our essentially our three plans. So we have our core, our plus, and then our contractor pack. We just have annual for our plus and for our contractor pack at this rate, which is what you pay up front. So the core plan here, as you see here, both get unlimited users, and then you get all of these features on our core plan, starting with unlimited users, offline mode, service billing, SA Pay, which is a part of the credit card processing, payroll reporting, QuickBooks Connect, which will be Sage Connect for you, and then crew management, mobile management, which is giving them access to the mobile side of things. You have the multi-contact notifications, reports, a dashboard, equipment tracking, scheduling, dispatching, and mapping, invoicing and batching, estimates and quotes, a data import tool, and then once again, we talked about unlimited users. For our other top plan, which is our plus plan, it's going to include inventory management with purchase orders. It's also project management with a profit analysis tool on any larger projects that you all have. That sales and marketing CRM tool piece that I mentioned that you don't necessarily have to use if you don't want to. We have the automatic call scheduling. So if you have a specialty and an area in which they cover, you can have it to where the system will automatically schedule it for them. We also have a training module giving you all the ability to provide manuals as well as videos for your team on how to repair, install, replace, fix, you name it. Essentially, it's your own learning platform, which you can host internal trainings with your team. Then we have an appointment confirmation engine. So if, as you all are booking appointments, you can have it to where it will text a client and they will press one to confirm, two to reschedule, and then you all will be able to get that notification so that you can act accordingly. We have our maintenance contracts and contracts billing, which is a part of our top plan, our customer portal and online booking, which is part of that top plan, barcode scanning, and then capacity planning.
Hmm. So that all totals up to 380 a month.
So this top plan is 499, but if you were to add all of this by itself, it would be 380. So it would be above that 499 price point.
Okay.
So for any of our customers that
And what's
decide to
what's
do
the
the
basic
core,
core? What's all basic core is that stuff that's in the top that's checked off.
right here, yes, sir. Yep.
Off. What's offline mode? What do you mean?
So if you were to lose service, let's say for instance you go into a crawl space or you go into a rural area where there's not any service, our system does allow you all to use the mobile application in offline mode, which essentially means that you still have the ability to look up the last three work orders that you were working. You have the ability to upload pictures, add your notes. The only thing you cannot do is complete the call. You have to wait until you come into a data center or connect to a data tower in order to complete that call. You can select the outcome
Okay.
code as completed, but you cannot complete the call in totality.
What's that? What's that SAWIN pay? SAWIN pay.
Yeah, so SA1 Pay is our credit card processing. That's our way of being able to integrate payments within the solution.
That's the name of the company that you're partnered with.
So SA Win is the name of this company. So
Okay.
we just title SA Win Pay as the as essentially how we when we talk about SA Win Pay, it's about how we integrate payments, how payments are ran through the system, both for our Pro Enterprise solution and this basic solution.
Okay. So yeah, things look good. You sounds like you have some questions to answer for me though.
Yeah. So you said screenshots of the tablet. We're also going to get questions answered about Sage and getting that out to you. We talked about costs already, so you're either at the plus plan or the core plan. The contractor pack is essentially giving you additional time with your implementation and onboarder to help you get things connected, to make sure that your data is correct, without having to, deem you all responsible for doing that within the system. We want to give you a little bit more hand holding during that period. And so that's the contractor pack. But once again, I would recommend either the 249 or the 499. This is monthly. If you decide that you want to sign up for annual, this would be the price, but we are offering discounts for anyone that signs up on an annual basis. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then we already talked about the unlimited users. So I'll get you the screenshots for the tablet and information on Sage integration. Was there anything else that you needed answers on?
I'm sure I can think of stuff, but I'll have to wait. Okay.
All right. Yes, sir. That sounds good. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, Paul. And really giving us a chance to kind of look at the system. One thing I always do at the end of these calls is I still have to ask for the sale because I am in sales. So, sir, Paul, are you ready to move forward with SA
Not yet. Got to
Not
get
yet.
some
Awesome.
information to me first.
Yes, sir. Awesome, sir. I really
I'm in
appreciate.
sales too, so I
Yeah.
understand.
Awesome. It's been my practice over the last 4 to 5 years, man, and I have to do it because it's ingrained in me. So once again, I appreciate that. I'll get this information out to you. You have a great rest of your evening. And if any questions do come up, feel free to reply to that email once you receive it. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.